A young woman named Rizzy unalived herself on Friday after 9 months of relentlessly being bullied on TikTok, specifically on Messy Talk. Now, she came onto TikTok because she wanted to make friends. So she did give a lot of people a lot of money. And that's one of the reasons why they kept her around. Now, Messy Talk is actually trying to blame each other or trying to tell themselves that they are not to be blamed for herself unaliving. But Messy Talk was actually the side of TikTok that was doing videos telling her in detailed ways the ways that she should unalive herself. A lot of them were on panels relentlessly bullying her. And now after the fact, now they're on panels saying, well, you know what? She already had mental health issues. She was going to self unalive no matter what. I went down this rabbit hole to try and figure out exactly what happened, right? Who are these people that are specifically to blame? She did blame Candy, I believe, and Heartbreaker before she, unalived herself. But I wanted to do my own research. So the first one that came up is Kiona Veasley. Now, she was the first bully because Rizzy actually opened up to her first and told her about one of the hardest things she's gone through in her life. She was essayed by a therapist and she was going through that whole process. And this weighed really heavy on her, specifically because she did already have mental health issues. Now, before she was essayed by her therapist, she did have mental health issues. Hence, that's the reason why she saw the therapist. But this just made it a lot worse. Now, for some reason, Kiona went on to tell Messy Talk, all of Messy Talk, about this. But at the same time, she told people, you know what? That's not true. Rizzy is lying. She's not attractive enough for her to be essayed. But then she looked up the court records, the medical records, news articles, all this stuff, and she read them on TikTok live. She started interfering with Rizzy's case, and she was doing this to just torment Rizzy. Now, there's a lot of texts of Rizzy actually freaking out about it. She did not want this to happen, but Kiona didn't care. Now, Kiona was also around during some of Rizzy's other attempts. Plus, after the fact, she was saying that, so she knew that she really struggled with these mental health issues. And after the fact, after Rizzy unalived herself on TikTok Live, she was telling people that it was fake. She was actually dissecting the video of the self unaliving, saying that it was fake. Now, the next person that is to be named is Nosy Bystander. And I guess at first she started off like being nice and then she became a bully after the fact. And a lot of people were saying that she was part of the people that would laugh at Rizzy. She would make fun of Rizzy. And she is more known for interviewing Rizzy while Rizzy was in a mental health facility. And during that interview, they were laughing at her. They were making fun of her. Now, Nosy did do a video saying that the reason why she interviewed her was because of the fallout with the hairdresser. It was a trending topic. So that's why she wanted to interview her and not wait until after the fact. And then the video, she's saying, oh, well, I didn't know her too well. She seemed like a lovely girl, blah, blah, blah. And she said she was leaving TikTok for a little bit. But tell me why, what's so important that you're going to interview somebody while they're in a mental health facility? Like, she's supposed to be there to get mental health, not to be made fun of, Now, talking about the hairdresser, apparently this guy Braden King would braid Rizzy's hair and he would ask for a lot of money. So he was pretty much taking advantage of her. There was one time that she paid him $2,500 to go on vacation to braid Rizzy's hair. So she had to fly him out, pay for his plane tickets. I guess that was a fallout that they had. And I don't know exactly what happened. At the end of that, he started saying that Rizzy essayed him, which is really crazy for him to do that since Rizzy didn't do anything. I mean, plus they all knew that Rizzy was going through all that stuff with the therapist that essayed her. They knew that she was going through such a hard time. So for him to say that about her was very hurtful for her. It was one of the things that she kept repeating in some of the lives that I saw, that it was really affecting. Now, I'm going to say one of the worst people, though, is going to be Heartbreaker, because she seems to be the worst of them all. She told Rizzy multiple times to unalive herself. When asked how many times did you tell her, she didn't know. She couldn't count. She knew that Rizzy had 6 attempts in the past 30 days. Apparently, she said she didn't feel any remorse about it, because she said that's something very common for them to tell each other on Messy Talk. Now, after the fact, she was on a live panel pretty much defending herself. She's saying, hey, I was there for her. Also saying, she's not sad. She doesn't feel guilty. Like, she literally has no remorse. And if asked how is she going to feel if she gets arrested for this, she was like, oh, well, it is what it is. Like it's so heartless. It's so cold. Now the next one is going to be everybody that was part of Messy Talk, because the comments that I've seen, the videos that I've seen, I mean, this is such a horrible side of TikTok. And I know, I'm pretty sure it didn't intend for it to start that way, but there were people making fake accounts, egging her on, laughing at her, telling her to unalive herself, apparently even, during that last life that she was in. So this is really heartbreaking to see so many people going after one person that they know she has mental health issues, to keep attacking her that way. Now, Rizzy lived in Montgomery, Alabama, and apparently somebody reached out to the police department, because now there's being videos being removed about all this. And yes, I know that, the cops can go get them. It doesn't matter, like, the internet's forever type of stuff. But I guess the police department told somebody to download an app and send all the videos there so they can, get a little bit more help, I guess, getting all the evidence, because I'm not sure if the family's going to press charges or not. I really think they should. If you're on a live panel, if you're on a chat and you see somebody being doxxed, somebody being, bullied, somebody being laughed at, if somebody's suffering from mental health issues, step away. If you're not going to help, step away, because then you become part of the problem. The more people that are watching a live panel, the more they're going to go off. If there's not a lot of people watching, they're going to stop, because now we're seeing people unaliving themselves because of this. So this is a really good reminder to tell people to step away from the ugliness. Don't be part of that, horrible side of TikTok. And I'm not just talking about Messy Talk. I'm talking about all the side of TikToks where horrible stuff like this happens, because those can be very toxic. Sadly, they can be very toxic. If I'm missing anything else, if I'm missing anybody else, let me know in the comments. And of course, don't forget to like my video, share it. Let's spread the word. Let's tell people who really is to blame for Rizzy's unaliving. And of course, I really hope that there is justice for Rizzy.